Okay, so and their journals. So I want again, we're going to be talking about the power of how your thoughts really do create your reality. And this is like such a great example because here we are I am in Sayulita, and my husband goes, Really, are you going to go? And I said, I know, let's just wait and see. It's not like I go run. I don't run around with scissors, you guys. I don't run with scissors. I don't go lay in the middle of a highway and say, put myself at risk. I would never put anybody else at risk. I weighed all the things. I watched everything that was happening here. And we have family here, extended family. It's not like blood family, but they're like family of the heart here because we've been coming here for 7 years. And so we checked in with them, and people were on another retreat that I'm connected to. She had her retreat a week before mine. And so anyhow, I made a qualified decision to have the retreat here. So the reality is if there was bombing going on, would I come here? Of course not. But the job of the news is to keep you coming back. It's to get you all in fear. It's to get your central nervous system jacked up, jacked up. That's why we're all like trying to calm ourselves down all the time. It's not a reality of what is going on. But you do need to use discernment, right? Discernment. So, but some of us are more prone to being afraid, which is and fear, it can be handed down by your family. How many times has your mom said to you, I'm worried about you, or this that worries me, or somebody how many times do people say you're going to drive to San Francisco, or you're going to drive somewhere and go on a trip, and they say be careful. How about say have fun? How about if you say have fun, have a great time, I'm so excited for you, I wish I was going with you. that that's like how we want to shift what we're talking about, and we want to shift how we're thinking about things. The world is a magical, amazing place. It's such a great way to educate yourself. Staying in one spot, like I'm so excited that Gwen is coming to the 1 day retreat because she hasn't been able to experience any of the magic except for us here. We're her magic, right, Gwen? Yeah. Yeah. And we're so grateful that you're here. And we're grateful that we have this, but you get to go out there and now be with other people and feel the energy of places. I was telling my husband, I said the energy here is incredible. It's like it's very high vibrational, and I'm really grateful I'm here. And that's why I'm going to go jump in the ocean. So every thought, think about this. This is what I want you guys to write down. Every thought that you think is a vote for your future. Can we drop the mic right now? That is like an incredible, every thought. Your mind is either working for you or against you. So I want you guys to write down the answer to this question, this prompt. I want you to think about, what am I repeatedly telling myself? So part one is, what am I repeatedly telling myself? Are you telling yourself, I'm smart, I'm an incredible, manifester, I'm lucky, I'm so lucky? Or are you saying, oh, things never work out for me? I can never do what she does. She's smarter than me. Did my life turn out like this? Like, what are you telling yourself? Question one is, what am I repeatedly telling myself? And then part two of that question is it creating the life that I want? So gosh, if I'm living in fear and I'm on the couch under the covers, is that what I want? Do I want more connection with people? Do I want more? Do I want more love in my life? If I'm telling myself I'm not worthy, is that bringing me joy? If I'm telling myself I'm not enough, is that hurting my soul? You're made from magic. You're made from God. You're made from the most incredible stuff. You were on a, a, a huge planet in the universe that we have no idea where it ends. We have no idea where it started. We don't know what's on the other side. And then what's on the other side of that? And then you think that you're not amazingly, incredibly special. Let me just get in there and just shake you right now because you are so special. You're so special. You're made from magic. So then let's go to part two. This is a really important one. I mean, I just got full on goosebumps. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe. So really unpacking, like looking at what are my deep core beliefs? Like, does my family have worry in it? Does my family have a belief in lack? Like they have it, we're not enough. Is there anger that runs through your family that you can see that that's the common go-to reaction? So start thinking about what it is. Look around you in your life and go, where are my beliefs manifesting in my life? And then if you don't believe you're worthy of it, you will block it. So a quick story, there was somebody who won that I know that won, she lives in Loomis. She won the lottery, won just like millions of dollars. And she had a poverty belief, a lack, and we've talked about this. Oh, I need to let somebody else in. And we talked about this, and she's like, I don't know what happened. I'm so upset with myself because I had all this money and it's gone in 3 years. Everybody started coming to her, asking her for money. She felt guilty about having the money because she didn't feel worthy of it. So instead of investing it in herself or investing it in things that could grow, she gave a lot of it away, which if you did it with joy, I was talking about key two, thinking back about key two, and you did it because you go, you know what? I know I come from plenty. I know that I'm enough. But to have that, she knows that she's upset about it. She goes, what happened? Do you ever say money runs through my fingers like water? There's a hole. Don't say there's a hole in my pocket. Do not say that. There's no holes in your pocket. You get to expand. Your money is frequency. So you get joy is frequency, love is frequency, self-worth is frequency. All of it is frequency. So what are your beliefs manifesting in your life? I want you guys to think about it. Number two is you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe. And then if you don't believe you're worthy of it, you'll block it. So look at your blocks, look if they're coming from you or if they've been handed down to you generationally. Like I can't ever get healthy. I'm just not healthy. I'm supposed to be sick. I just I've never seen anybody overcome this. So when you're layering that and paving that belief, you are signing up for it and you're putting it in cement. So I want you guys to really think about what is it that you're committed to? What belief are you committed to? When back in the 60s, nobody had ever broke a 6-minute mile. Nobody. So nobody thought it was possible. Nobody they didn't break the 6-minute mile no matter what. They'd try, they'd struggle, they'd try. And then one year, this guy said, I think I can break a 6-minute mile. And he did it. And you know what happened after he did it? He opened up the possibility for everybody else, and in rapid succession, multiple people were breaking 6-minute miles. That's just, because then it was shown that it was possible. It's only impossible until someone does it. That's you. That's you. I mean, you get to sign up for whatever you want. So you listen to your body, you do all the right things. You go, gosh, I'd like to, like Kim, I want to be a runner. So she has a health issue, like the knee problem pops up. She's not going to go, I'm going to overcome this and I'm going to run right through my knee problem. What she's going to do is say, dear angels, bring me some solutions for this knee issue. And then here's a PT comes up. Oh, you know what? It's a tight IT band. We just need to have you foam roll. Here's a stretch. She does these stretches. A week later, she's back in action. That's using, do you see how it works when you go, I get to sign up for help. I don't have to do it all by myself. I get to do it with myself and others when you welcome them in. So, number three is your energy speaks before you do. Your energy speaks. So people feel you before they hear you. Isn't that amazing? They feel you. Like I could just look at you guys and I tap into your energy. Like Sue, you're just so graceful and you're like a Southern Charm plantation. Susan is like a deep mystic soul sister. I just feel connected to her. Cheryl's like Glenda from The Wizard of Oz. She's just bubbly and warm, right? I mean, her voice, you guys know that. Gwen is like this wise woman who has this deep rooted desire to be better and do better. And she's just is so juicy and warm and loving. And then Kim, you're just incredible. You're like a unicorn. You're just this beautiful, high vibrational, strong. That's why unicorn came to me because a horse is so strong. You know, they have this beautiful, vibrant energy, and you feel very colorful to me. Like I see when I look at you, I see oranges and yellows and reds. It's just so beautiful. And like I would go have a glass of sweet tea with Sue. I would go sit on her couch and have a glass of sweet tea. I'd feel so comfortable there. I'd take off my shoes. We would have a really nice and really talk. I'd feel so welcome. Amy is kind of like a combination of so many things. She's magical. When I look at Amy, I see swirling, sparkly white and gold. And because she's changing so rapidly, I just see this warmth, this welcoming energy, and this willingness, this deep self-awareness, this deep desire to really just grow and see what she can do in this life. And I love how, and then what just popped up was this vision of a beautiful garden and she's picking flowers. So that's your energy has a feel to it. Does that make sense to you guys? It has a feel to it. Yeah. And so you guys can really notice when you walk into the room, are you the joy bringer? Or are you the one who goes, hey, you walk in, you go like this, you go like, I'm gonna show you guys a visual. You walk in, you go, and you go like this. I'm tired. Is anybody else tired? How are you guys? Wasn't it a rough week? I just had the roughest week. In fact, I need to bring my tone down in my voice and really talk slower and lower and really like just get like, I wish I could go back to bed. I mean, that is not what you want to bring in the room. People need your light. They need you to be happy to talk to them, happy to share your energy. A hug goes a long way. When I was going through a really hard time and I wasn't sure I wanted to be on this planet, I mean, I really was in a bad, dark place. All the people that I thought I loved, right before I started Mama Boot Camp, I had gone through a deep betrayal with people that I thought were my family, and I built this gym and anyhow, all kinds of chaos going on. And so I wasn't sure I wanted to be here anymore. Thank God for my husband and my kids. I thank God for Bailey as in particular, because she walked me around the block and told me all the reasons why I needed to stay. But I'll tell you what I would do is I would go and listen. If I'd go sit somewhere at the park, just trying to get some sunshine and feel better. I'd sit near playgrounds on purpose so I could hear people laugh. It made me feel better to hear people laugh. Like and the kids playing and them being with their moms and the nurturing energy. I felt it. When I would go into a Starbucks before I would go to the park, I would get, a dirty chai latte because it made me happy. And I would get, I'm always a 2 or 3 drink girl. I still am. And so I would get a green iced tea with light ice. And then I would get a glass, their ice water with a cup. So I'd have 3 drinks, and I'd go and I'd go there, and they would give me the drink. They'd say, "Have a nice day." those words were just so, I would just like, oh my gosh, I would just wrap them over me. I want to wrap them around me like a blanket. Like I was like, I would want to grab their hand and tell them, I so want to have a nice day. I so want to. I really, really want to. I want to be here. And I mean, it makes me emotional even now because I did, and I know lots of you have walked through the valley of shadow of death. I know that a lot of you have, and you're still here, which is why we found each other. There are no accidents that we all get to be together on here. And so be the person. You don't know who needs you to show up. What if you were the person who told me to have a nice day? You're not sure what other people are going through. And we've all been there, so we know how that feels. So what we want to say, people feel you before they hear you. So like when I walk over that playground and all the energy and the higher vibrations, it would just pick up my frequency. And then life responds to your frequency, not your words. So I could say, I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I really am so grateful. Or I could say it like this. I'm so grateful. Do you see? It doesn't shift my energy. Your emotion is your motion. Your emotion is your motion. So that's what moves you forward. So if you can drop into your heart and get out of your head, like all the to-do list, and drop into your heart and go, gosh, what am I? Think of a puppy. Who doesn't like the smell of a puppy? Who doesn't love a little puppy? I mean, just thinking about a puppy makes everybody happy, right? So you could think about, you go, gosh, life's really hard. And you go, well, let me just think about this puppy, and it shifts your energy. You go, let me take that energy from that puppy and put it into my day. This is the kind of day I want to feel good. I want to be spontaneous. I want to be able to open up the door to goodness. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. So the question is, for number 3, which is your energy speaks before you do. Am I showing up in lack or am I showing up in trust? Faith over fear. Am I showing up in lack? Like, I don't have this, I don't have that. Think of key 2 when you think of lack. Their floor is dirt. They sweep their dirt with a broom made from bamboo, and he's so happy. He's happy because the sun comes up. He's happy because the rice is growing. He's happy because he has clients. And what do you think happens when he's happy about all those things? He gets more clients because he's in joy. He's a magnet for more clients. And we're always referring him because he's amazing. When Bailey got hit by the car and she couldn't get help in the United States, he brought her to the hospital. He found somebody to see her. She got her CAT scan, her MRI, saw the neurologist all within 2 weeks, and it would have cost us over $60,000 in the United States, and it cost me $1,400. He too did that. He too did that. We couldn't even get her in to see a neurologist. There were all kinds of tests. You know how you have to have referrals and all that. And her mindset was really struggling because she got hit by this car and she was having tingling down the right side of her body. So she didn't know what was wrong with her. So what the neurologist said is she had bruising on her temporal lobes. And she needed to heal. And we said, well, what does she need to do to heal? Well, in the United States, they wanted to give her cerebral palsy medicine. You know what the neurologist said she needed? Guess what she needed? Rest, sunshine. So, and guess what happened right before that? You know what happened right before that is I was walking through the potato fields in Idaho and I got a download that we needed help. And we already had people signed up who were going to help us still do retreats. We can't, that's God. That's angels. We didn't know that how deeply we were going to need it, but Bailey needed to rest. So, and now of course, she's back to normal. But I mean, what would have happened if she would have been taking cerebral palsy medicine? So when you're open for the answers will come. And key 2, that's why I love key 2 so much too, is because he saved my daughter. I mean, honestly. So number 4 And the last one, I'm going to save the last ones for next week because I have quite a few here, but I really don't want to overwhelm you. I really want you to grasp these principles. So, am I showing up in lack or in trust? And I'm going to do one more, and then I want to ask you guys to answer that question, the last question. Am I showing up in lack or in trust? So stop waiting to feel ready. This is number 4. That's not how growth works. So stop waiting to feel ready. I'll do it when. I'll do it. I just actually had somebody who's here who said, "Yeah, I'm going to go back to the gym when I lose 30 pounds." Because she's afraid of the judgment and the judgment is coming from herself, not from anybody else. I worked at a gym I owned a gym for a long time, and I'm going to tell you, we don't think like that, but she thinks like that. She is judging. So therefore, what she's judging, she's being judged because that's the energy she's putting out there. Does that make sense? If you're judging, you're being judged. Don't throw stones at glass houses. I mean, don't do it. I'm in a glass house. Don't throw stones at me. So, it's wild how that happens. So stop waiting to feel ready because that's not how growth works. You'll feel scared. You're going to feel uncertain. You're going to do it anyway. Confidence, bravery is built after you do it. You're not, if you were brave, you would be scared. I mean, well, no, that's not true. I take that back. You're going to be scared. And what creates bravery is being scared and doing it anyway. So I so love all of these. They're so juicy. And so there's 4 of them. So I'm gonna have you guys everybody's gonna say one thing that they picked, and then what are you showing up in lack or in trust? Let's see if I want to do that one or if I want to do the first one. You get to pick. What am I repeatedly telling myself? And is it creating the life I want? So let's go with Susan. You want to go next?